Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yay, a brand new day filled with hopes and promises, threats, and all that stuff. It's just a day. Yay. But it's Sunday. It's brightish outside, so there's not a great cloud cover. Thumbs up on that. All the snow is gone. When I went for walkies last night, it was dry, and I could see the stars. So it was kind of cold, but not freezing. So it's been a nice day. It's still gray and cold and dim and all that here, but I think this morning it might be mildly sunny, and that's a good thing. Yay! I actually did some sleeping last night, and that's good. My kitty cat is still with me. She went over and licked at the food and ate tiny bits of it, and she drinks tiny bits, and she sleeps next to this, and so she's not like dying now, but it's likely not long. And yay for the YouTube algorithms, front loading of the videos. Joy on that. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, I do enjoy comments quite a bit, and I try to push through my executive dysfunction as best as I can to answer as many as I can. Thumbs up for that. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people literally help to keep me alive, and I am very appreciative of that. I mean, I like metabolizing, as I may have mentioned time or two, and that's a good thing, and it is good that I am able to metabolize because of these people. I appreciate that to no end. If you would like to help me continue to metabolize, I do have links in the video description, wherever that happens to be on the device you're watching this. Yay, front loading of the video over. Thumbs up on that. So, yes, she's still with me. I don't know how for much longer. She gets up and she walks over to the food bowl. She gets up, she walks over to the water dish. She walks over to the cat box. She, an entire day, might eat as much as she would normally have eaten in, one meal. 2 or 3 days now, she'll eat as much as she had in one meal. She's hardly drinking, she's barely using the box, and she's just largely sleeping next to the space heater. So, like I say, things could change, but she's almost 20. She's very, very close. I think she was born between 2002, 2004. So somewhere in that range. She's like 18 to 20. She's an old kitty, so but life is life, so she's still with me, and I'm still with me, and we're all still kicking on this particular day that I'm recording, and that's good. Got something in my eye. Past that, I have not been doing much. Yesterday, after vlogging and such, I watched the videos. I didn't even really play games, and then I went for my walkies, and that was it. I did some editing and such like that, of course, but not a huge amount of stuff. Weekends are slow, and right now my mood is coming up while carrying the depression of my kitty cat fading away. I'm still coming up, but it's going to take a while to get up to where I'd like to be. Still, though, it's on the way, and that's a good thing. Past that, though, as stated, just going for walkies when I can, purchasing what I can to continue surviving and doing what I can and such, and thinking, of course, all sorts of thinking. I think about stuff all the time, and that's good. Especially, as stated, I really liked my setting for my particular, Razor's Edge world building thing. It's all holding together, and as stated, I had originally thought I wanted to do like a 1 year slice of life sort of thing of life on the Razor's Edge, but the scope has gotten so big, the setting has proven to be so big that it's more than that. So I'm still working on things, trying to get everything to fit together properly, because for me it's got to fit together at least 99% or it's all going to fall apart. And right now I'm at 99.9999999. I'm just trying to get some of those other things to fit together. So, to go on to a whole creative world building thing, because I don't have any money to buy new games or new things, so I don't really have anything new and exciting physically to talk about. And as for my life, it's a weekend, times are slow, so nothing's really happening. The only thing I have really going on in my life is the setting for my creative fiction thing here. And I really like it, and there are people that leave comments that say they enjoy it as well, so I know I'm not just, screaming into the void entirely. I'm hoping to either get a website, a WordPress, whatever, and start posting stories there, or some such like that, or just read them aloud on the creative channel, or whatever, just so that I can get it up and out and done. So here's hoping on that. But a lot of the things that I have been thinking about with all of the settings and such, not the settings. I mean, the setting is there, but it's all the situations for it, because after all, there's the town of Abernathy where I've got to get things set up so that later on when everyone starts to die, you know why. Sort of a Chekhov's gun. You don't spring things on people without having, given some clues that something's going to happen, but at the same time you bring something up, you really should be using it later. If you don't know Chekhov's gun sort of thing, it's like in playwriting. If you show a gun in the first act, you better use that gun in the third. You don't put something like that in the scene unless you're going to use it. So if you put it there as a red herring, that's semi-acceptable, but still it leaves the audiences unhappy. And so I don't want to do a Chekhov's gun, set stuff up and then not use it, but similarly I don't want to spring things on people without having gone, oh look, here's a flag that would show you something's going to happen later. So it's huge, it's big. I mean, even just the cryptid stuff, as I think I mentioned yesterday, I mean, there is book upon book upon book of stuff available there just for the characters themselves. I have decided I like the character Daft too much for Daft to die later on for Bakir to live. Because there is a situation I had posited where that for Bakir to live, he has to eat someone. And there's nobody around, so Daft says, I don't want us both to go, you're gonna have to kill and eat me. But I like Daft too much. I don't want him to be dead in the end of the story. So I posit there's now a third person. And this person is going to be along the lines of, look, I don't want to perish any more than anyone else. But if we're gonna get out of here, if anyone is gonna get out of here, you're gonna have to eat somebody. I have watched you too. You are friends. If I force you to eat your friend, you are going to resent me, probably sooner than later. And since my survival depends on you, that is going to come bite me. Whether or not you're going to resent me and want to take me out 30 seconds after we're done, or in a year, you will come to resent me. And I have seen you act. This person here, your friend, is the only person that is stopping you from doing some crazy things. Without this person, the person that you have eaten to survive, without them to stop you, you will come to stop me. And you will likely be so angry that I will hurt a lot before you let me go. I don't want to die, but I don't want to just kick this down a week, a year down the road, and then have you come and slaughter me horribly. So yes, I volunteer. And so that guy gets et. Because after all, you gotta remember, on the Razor's Edge and on the inside, they are much more social than we are out here. Your survival depends on other people on the inside. And if you are a bad neighbor, social Darwinism takes play. Because if you're a bad neighbor, people are going to be slow to come give you help when you need it, if they give you help at all. And on the razor's edge and on the inside, if you don't get help, something's going to come along where you need it, and you're going to get ed. So those people that don't fit in with the neighbors, they don't live very long, and their families don't live long, and they don't have kids. And the people that do have kids are the ones that are very social. They don't have to be non-contrary and non-stubborn. No, these people on the razor's edge are all descendants of very stubborn, very contrary people. They will dig in their heels at a moment's notice if they feel that they have to, even for the silliest things. But at the same time, that social Darwinism has made them so that if somebody needs help, if it's a real thing, if it's an actual thing, everybody's going to drop everything and come to help. Because if you don't, no one's going to come help you if you need it. So yeah, is a quick example of the whole social Darwinism thing and how they're contrary and stubborn but very social. If there was a pandemic like we're suffering from out here on the inside, nobody would hesitate to mask up. Nobody would hesitate to do all this stuff, because if you don't mask, if you don't get vaxxed, you would be showing that, yeah, you are saying my freedom to infect and kill you is more important than your freedom to not be infected and die from me. And that, on the inside, at the very least, is going to get you extremely ostracized, because you are showing you are not a team player. And on the inside and on the razor's edge, that's not going to be very conducive to survival. Not just from a pandemic situation, but you're showing that you don't care about the community. And the community is going to make no bounds about saying, if you don't care about community, community does not care about you. You would be out on your own. They would drive you out like a mad dog if you tried to do any. But my freedoms, yeah, your freedoms belong out there. Go get it. So it's a non-political thing, but just because of sheer social Darwinism, if you are not a team player, you don't survive. So they are much more social, because those that aren't alive anymore. And also, as a real quick thing, the inside, I talk about the doors on the earth, but the doors in this universe are not just on Earth. I mean, they're around concentrations, towns and cities, communities, and then each individual state is like of the United States is a door, and then the entirety of the United States is a door. And that's the same for every country, every town, every city, every community, every nation, every larger area, every, what is the word I'm looking for? Landmass. If because I'm an American citizen, North American United States citizen, as stated, in my area there would be a door for Shelton, and then there's a door for the peninsula, and a door for Washington State, a door for the Pacific Northwest, a door for the western half of the United States, a door for the United States. There's a door for the United States and Canada. There's a door for the entirety of the Northern American continent. There's a door for the entire Northern and South American continents. There's a door for the Western Hemisphere. There is a door for Earth. There's a door on the moon. There's a door that encompasses both of them. Every planet has this as well in our system. So every planet, every moon is covered in these. And then, of course, the entirety of the solar system, which blends out to the doors coming into on just sections of the galaxy, to the entire galaxy being a door, to the local cluster of galaxies. Every planet, every star system has the exact same thing happening. effectively, you keep coming out, and when you see the entirety of the universe as a whole, stamped another door on top of it. Normally, there are like 3 doors throughout the entire universe's lifetime to one of these deformed, conjoined universes. And this one, no, it's huge, and it is, when it was formed, with all these extra universal energies, there were 999,996 ways that things could have gone bad. And they did. It's a multiverse. In 3 of them, things were neutral. And in 1 of them, things went right. And that's the inside that I write about. Instead of being sad and, oh, things are just broken. No, I'm writing about the place where things all went white. Things all went white. Boy, that sounds good, doesn't it? Where things all went right. And though they went right, of course, that doesn't mean life is easy. Even though this particular door to the inside that I write about is human-centric, just as all the other doors are not necessarily. Which I'll talk about more later, because I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments for my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments. Far less than 25 that I used to get, but hey, anything more than 0 is awesome. Thumbs up and thank you all. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, with my depression, fibro, and more, oy vey. So we have Mountain Tea and then a whole bunch of vowels. Thumbs up and thank you. Pancake Cookie, greatly appreciated. There's Craig YAC, thumbs up and thank you. Yuki likes hot potatoes, greatly appreciated. Marie Tonya, oh, poor kitties. Oh, poor kitties. Larry from Space, thank you very, very much. JTR, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Melissa R, well, here's hoping, but she's so old. Favel, greatly appreciated. Flora Mew, thumbs up and thank you. Noah Genevieve Brown, thumbs up and thank you very much. There's Haishi Alaya, thumbs up. Ben B, greatly appreciated. Julio, I'm not quite sure. Pineda, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. There's Mr_Bomb, thumbs up and thank you. And there we go. There are 16 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. Definitely appreciated. And of course, with my hands in the air, I don't know what device you're watching this on, so I don't know where the video description is, but inside I have links to all my various channels, as well as Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. And again, I would like to thank each and every one of my patreon.com patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally helping to keep me alive. They're keeping my kitty cat fed in the very end of her time now, I think, and they're keeping my hamster fed, and it is greatly, greatly appreciated to each and every one of these people. Definitely a thumbs up. If you'd like to help me out, again, there are links in wherever the video description is. Now, of course, if you'd like to help me out, that'll become a patron. There are also links to a PayPal, and I'm not above grubbing for your spare change. Also, an Amazon wishlist link where there's things like cat food, hamster bedding. There's even a squishy plushie on there if you could check that out, and thumbs up on that. Of course, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled, and if you cannot or you do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And of course, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. Oofda. It is a weekend, as stated before, Sunday, so I'm largely going to be hopefully playing some games. You know, keep myself entertained, because that's been a major part of my life, electronic video games, since I was very young. It has been a major part of my life, and something that if it vanished, I don't know what I would feel like. So yeah, I want to keep doing video gaming. I'm going to keep thinking, of course. I'm working on that project all the time. And past that, I'm just going to try and take it easy and do my best. And hopefully you're going to do the same. And of course, please seek creativity, positively in balance. Especially the creativity part. Your brain is literally use it or lose it. So keep using it your whole life. It's a very good thing. And of course, we all know, please, with the covfefe bug and all of its variants raging, Wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing if you have to go out amongst others, especially if you're surrounded by the unvaxxed mouth breathers. Wear a mask, get vaxxed, get a booster. Don't become a statistic. In the end, we are all going to die. This is the long defeat. All you can do is push off the end as long as humanly possible. Do that. You don't have to check out early. This is a disease, not a hoax and not a political issue. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, in my book at least, a very good thing.